4 of Ruby Franke's children really in foster care? Or is there something else even worse going on? Guys, there are a lot of rumors and things going on right now, but we actually have some possible proof as to what's actually happening, and I want to put this out for you to try to clear things up. Guys, make sure and click the plus sign. I'm going to have more on this you don't want to miss. Sound off in the comments and tell me what you think, but let me give you a little bit of backstory. So, we had heard, and I had seen lots of comments and people saying that now all 4 of Ruby children's kids are in custody. In fact, it's the eldest 2 daughters who were removed from Shari Franke's custody, to which I've been like, okay, well, let's go look and see what that is. Couldn't find anything on it. And it turns out it comes from user Julie Louise 1975. She put this information out there. Now, it's been presented as though it is fact, or at least that's how the video that came out about it was presented. And there's been a lot of back and forth and a lot of people confused with what's actually going on. Well, thankfully, Julie has just done a live stream where she put up clips of it, and she has given us some more information as to how she verified that this is all accurate and true. I want you to take a look at this, and then we're going to discuss it in detail.
You can't share about active investigations and things, but I can because I'm not part of this.
Sure.
But I've had 3 different people reach out to me with confirmation of this information. I wanted to talk to you guys about Shari Franke no longer having custody of the kids. So a lot of people in my post were asking how I knew that and things like that. I'm not going to tell you who's reached out to me in names, but I can kind of give you the gist of how I've found out. So I found out 3 ways. One is an extremely legitimate source who I'm not going to quote, but I trust and know where it's coming from. The other 2 I was told about probably a month or more ago, and I didn't put a lot of stock into it just because I didn't know them. But one of them was the neighbor of a foster home, like a home that takes in foster children, and she had written me to say that the 2 middle girls were now at this home. And I thought, maybe, but there was no proof, I couldn't verify it, so I just left it. The next time, that was about a week or 2 after that, and another woman reached out to me and said that she was friends with the mom at this home, of this foster home, who took in the girls. So I had 2 people that then verified it, or said it, but I couldn't verify it. The third person, I could verify it. And so what I did is I got a request put in to I say it wrong all the time. Is it Springfield? Springville. Springville, thank you. It's not Springville. To the Springville Police Department. So I put a request for information in for the body cam footage and the report from September 2nd, which is the date that the girls were removed from Shari Franke's home. I wanted to be able to post it and show you guys the evidence, the actual facts. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen because they wrote me back and said that it's denied. And they specified that the report from September 2nd, so it does exist. It is, in fact, a case. It happened at Shari's apartment on September the 2nd. What ended up happening was the girls were kind of, we'll say, misbehaving. They were giving Shari a hard time. They had attempted to run away. It was just too much for Shari, so she had to call DCFS. DCFS got the police to come along, so there was body cam footage and a police report made. When they got there, they realized that Shari, who's 20 years old, just couldn't handle the situation. For all their safeties, the girls unfortunately did have to be removed from the home. But the denial that I got from the police department is because the judge has issued basically a gag order. It cannot be spoken about because it's a situation with DCFS. It's a custody issue right now. And any materials that were used in court, the judge has deemed they cannot be released to the media. So I was not able to get a copy of it. But I did get a copy of the report saying it's there, and I just can't have it. And it does explain why. And it's because the judge has said anything that was used in the child custody situation or that will be used in court, it has to be the right to fair representation. So I was not able to get a copy of it to show you guys.
I will say I'm really happy that she put this up because so far there have been a couple live streams with what was allegedly the police officer that was involved with helping Shari and Kevin and getting Kevin's stuff back. And that so far looks to check out. That seems to be what it is. And we've been able to verify she did work at Springville Police Department. And so that's good. But then these claims about where the kids are, a lot of people are trying to figure it out because in Julie's video, she didn't source anything. And in the video, she'd say, I can't reveal my source, which she was referring to the police officer. And apparently in the first live stream, the police officer said she didn't really want to be known. She didn't want her info to be out there. She wants to be referred to as a source. Apparently she has some ongoing litigation and she wasn't even sure if she could speak to everybody, which was confusing. Now, on the one hand, I respect and I understand that was happening. And we were able to verify her identity in some things, or at least we thought we did. And I sat with the information because I'm not out here trying to dox anybody or disrespect anybody. But I do want to talk about what Julie Louise has said about verifying this. I want you guys to know this is not actual verification that the kids are taken. So her verification is she has two sources who have told her this, and then she requested the police report of that day, and they won't give it to her. Just because she requested a police report and they said, we're not going to give it to you because this goes to DCFS, doesn't mean this information is true. In saying that, I'm not calling anybody a liar. I'm not here to call anybody out. And I have lots of respect for the people involved here. So there's no disrespect meant in what I'm saying. All I'm saying is none of this information is verifiable as of yet. Two sources and getting that rejection letter doesn't mean that's the case. The other thing I'm curious is, I wish we could see the rejection letter. And more than anything, just to put all of this to bed as to what's going on. Are these kids out there? My opinion, and again, I won't say verified fact, but I will explain my opinion. It's probably true. I could see this being true. And I'm not trying to call, like I said, I'm not saying anybody's lying. I just want everybody to be aware and understand it doesn't mean it's fact. But I do have a question that has been on my mind. And I want to ask you guys what you think. My question is, what is the goal or the purpose in putting out information about these children and whether they're not in DCFS custody? Or, well, some call it DCFS, like here we call it CPS, Child Protective Services. What was the goal? What is the reason to put that information out? And that's one thing I've been thinking about. And I don't want to speculate. I want to ask you guys what you think. And what do you think? Do you think this means this is absolute verifiable proof? And this looks like circumstantial evidence, but I would like to wait to see exactly what comes out. Because here's the thing, guys, and you guys know this about my channel. I do lots of speculation. I will talk about different rumors that are out there, and I will go back and forth with things. But I will always tell you if I'm speculating. I will always go into detail in my videos about what's fact and what's not, and I just want to make sure that things are clear. What do you guys think about this? Do you think this puts this to bed? Tell me your thoughts. Sound off in the comments and click the plus sign. I've got more coming.